The future of policing is on the agenda with state lawmakers, but this morning, first on WCCO, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey is unveiling his latest policy change. The mayor joins us live by Skype this morning. What's the change, Mayor?
Thanks for having me, Jason. We've got a big change here that we will be announcing today, and that's for the first time in Minneapolis, we will be requiring police officers to document any form of de-escalation used in their use of force reports. And so that's whether it's a lower level form like an arm bar or handcuffing or something more significant like a takedown. We want to make sure that any de-escalation used was documented. It's required to be used, it's required to be documented, and then we're able to use it for forms of both accountability going forward, as well as tutorials, so we know how to improve. This is a significant change, and we want this to be muscle memory, so officers are not only thinking about, while they're on the job, what can we do to de-escalate, but then they're also required to report it immediately after any incident.
Is that the change that happens from documenting it? The fact that you have to fill that out on a form just reinforces the point that this is a required part of every single interaction?
Yes, it does reinforce it. It reinforces it to the point where it's not just pro forma. It's something that they're thinking about during the interactions, and then following the interactions, we can then use that information to improve.
Will you guys go back and watch body camera footage to make sure that what officers are saying they're doing to de-escalate on reports, that those things are actually happening?
Yes, and we do have that additional capability where body camera footage can be audited to make sure that whatever the officer is saying in the use of force report actually took place. So yes, it is a form of accountability, but it also gives us the ability to go back, to look at an interaction and to say, hey, you know what, you did this all right, but you can do it this way better.
Let me ask you about some other things going on throughout the state and throughout the country. There's been a lot of discussion about whether the governor should mandate masks for the whole state. You guys have done it in the city of Minneapolis. Do you think it's a good idea for the governor to mandate mask wearing all over Minnesota?
Well, as the mayor of Minneapolis, I can certainly comment with a degree of intelligence regarding what we should do in our city. But I don't have as good of a feel for what we should do for the rest of the state. I think I'll leave that to the governor. But we were the very first city in the state to go ahead and say, you know what, we should require masks indoors. And the data has proven out that that was the right decision then. It continues to be the right decision now. Masks certainly limit the spread of COVID-19. And during a time when we see other states have really significant uptakes that didn't take these necessary precautionary measures, I'm glad we have that in place. But as far as statewide issues, I'll leave it to the governor.
Yeah, people are following it as far as I can tell. I was at Sebastian Joe's last night getting some ice cream, and all the workers and all the customers, everybody wearing a mask. It was no big deal.
Yeah, we're glad to see that people are following it. And it's not that they're just following it because the government told them to do so. They're following it because they understand that by wearing a mask, they're looking out for their fellow neighbors. They're thinking about a grandmother that they have that may be more vulnerable if, in fact, she gets sick. And so it's more about a sense of public duty and responsibility and less of a mandate. And that's why people are following it. And I'm glad that residents in Minneapolis are stepping up in a big way, and I'm thankful for them.
Let me ask you, how are we going to rebuild Broadway and Lake Streets? Just as FEMA rejected Baltimore's request for help during the Obama administration after their riots, FEMA rejected Minnesota for the request for federal aid after our unrest here. What are we going to do?
Well, first, I'd like to note that there is quite a bit of precedent for FEMA, for the federal government helping out in these exact circumstances. In 1992, under George H.W. Bush, of course, a Republican president, what would be about $1 billion in today's money was provided to Los Angeles so they could help rebuild and recover. And, Minneapolis is the economic engine of the entire state. We care deeply about these cultural corridors that were hit particularly hard during the unrest following George Floyd's killing. And we need to make sure that we're supporting them. You know, I will be doing everything I possibly can to help. I'm all in on this. And whether that means fundraising or providing city resources or working with businesses to get up and running again, I'm all in. But yes, we do need the federal government to step up as well. And that's the case following COVID-19. We need assistance. That's also certainly the case following the unrest as well. And, you know, I think we all need to be in this together in a big way. And that doesn't just mean, you know, people, that means governmental entities as well. It means multiple jurisdictions. It means the city, it means the state, county, and federal government.
All right, Mayor Jacob Frey, more details on the police policy change coming this afternoon, but we appreciate you coming on to share it with our viewers this morning.
Thank you for having me, Jason.